This one was dropped off as a glider kit and it had already been painted. There was some interior in it. We pretty much gutted the whole truck. The only thing left are the body panels and the interior.
Oh, look at that. Over here at the Keeler Custom Restoration booth. Hey man, it's great meeting you. Congratulations. Have a good ride home. Stay in touch. I did see the inside. It's beautiful. The engine, the inside, absolutely gorgeous. I didn't see the inside of yours though.
It ain't nothing special. Just.
What do you mean it ain't nothing special? Oh, you get the white buttons too. I like it. I like it with the black.
It had black buttons.
Yeah,
now, I've seen your trick not changing the white buttons.
No, because of me. That's crazy. Well, hey, it was great meeting you and your brother. Have a safe ride home back home. All right. The Hodge-Bilt's on the back. Man, that's pretty cool. All right, we're on our way out of Gear Jam, but I've been dying to talk to Jason Keeler here. You came to the Gear Jam. Is your first time here?
Yes, sir.
What do you think?
Sure. I love it. It's awesome. Wonderful show.
So tell everybody a little about yourself and your history. And
been owner-operator for years since I was old enough to do it, and you know, it's a fourth generation. Great-grandfather truck. My grandfather had trucks. My father was a meat hauler, and he also run the coast. Oh yeah, for years.
Yeah, where did he haul meat out of?
Nebraska.
Really?
Yeah, Crowblin. Our logo is kind of a
Crowblin. Yeah, that's right. I didn't realize that.
It's kind of a spin-off of their logo. I grew up. I always thought it was cool. Grand Island moving his storage before it was in there, you know, when it was early, back in the early to, he hauled meat into the city right up until about 80.
Wow.
Something like that, out of Nebraska.
That's a crazy. So he was out there with all the Montford guys and all those guys.
And he used to take me to deliver with him in the city.
Yeah.
On Fifth Avenue, all them guys down there, you know.
Yeah.
And
back in those days, they had to watch their back doors when they were in the city.
Oh yeah,
the guys would break into them.
They'd solder razor blades onto the handles of the trailer doors.
Yeah, you couldn't sleep when you were in the city.
No, I rode my bicycle around many dripping loads of meat in the driveway while he was, you know, sleeping in the house. But lots of meat loads in the driveway.
So how old were you when you started driving trucks?
So I had my first truck when I was 17.
Yeah. Wow.
And when I turned 18, I was allowed to truck with it. Dad and I built it, but I had to have him with me for the insurance reasons. So for a couple of years, I trucked with him. Yeah. And it was a V12 Detroit extended hood A model.
Yeah. So you're the coolest kid in high school, right?
And no power steering, and I weighed a lot less than I do now. So it was.
That's amazing. And then, so what'd you do after you got legal?
Man, we used to haul broccoli with that old 12 out of the valley in Texas up to this area, Connecticut, and Massachusetts and stuff, and Rochester, and turn around and load LTL stuff back now.
Yeah. So that was what, the 90s?
Early 90s, 93, 4, stuff like that. Yeah. And then got a couple rounds to the coast in, and I was hooked.
Yeah. And how long did you do that for?
Not very long in the beginning, but later on I went back to it, and I loved it, whether it was with a reefer or whether it was a flatbed, you know, or a step. You know.
Then you did some dump trucking too?
I did. I actually pulled a bucket up here. We'd haul steel up here to Nashua, and Connecticut, Bridgeport, all that stuff, and then we'd come up into Weymouth and different areas around Boston and haul dirty dirt back west. Yeah.
And so what are you doing these days?
Well, I quit trucking probably 10 years ago. And I made my living with an antique, an A-Model Kenworths extended hood. And now we restore old A-models, and we make if it's for an A-model, we have it.
So it's just A-models.
Mostly.
Wow,
I mean, I'd like to branch out into different stuff, but I don't want to step on toes at the same time.
That's your niche. You're the A-model guy.
We're doing. I know them. I've had. I trucked with them and worked on them myself for years. But,
so why do you got this truck?
Dad had a lot of little Window Peaks.
Yeah.
He actually had a maroon one like this, but it was a standard hood, and I just always wanted one. And I've had several over the years, but this one, you know, was an extended hood. It's got a 1693 cat in it. boxes.
Wow.
I'm gonna change the sleeper around on it, but other than that, it's gonna kind of stay.
Can you give me a quick tour real quick?
Yeah, I mean, it's, I want to redo the inside. It's, like I said, I haven't really laid too many wrenches on it, but 5 and a 4, double.
How would you redo this? It looks like it's done already.
It's nice, but it's just not. I don't care for the color.
Okay.
And there's the wood. I'm a carpet guy. I drive with socks.
Okay. Okay.
But it's got an old 1693 Cat in it.
Okay.
It does a good job for what it is. Beautiful. And the trailer's in 1992. That's
really.
The reefer runs like it's a champ.
Full Thermo King.
Yep.
So how many A models can you do at a time?
So we have 3 of them going on pretty much at all times. Whenever one's we're always waiting on parts for something. Whether it's an engine, we build all our own engines in house. We make all our body panels.
So what kind of engines are you normally putting in there?
I specialize in anything basically mechanical. If it's got a rod going from the pedal to the fuel pump,
there you go.
Electronic engines are nice, and they're a great engine for today for a guy going out and making a living. But I've always been around mechanical stuff, and I can work on it anywhere. So anything from an 855 Cummins, 6-cylinder Caterpillar, A, B, C. I love V8 Cats, 3408s, mainly the later DI and B models. And I always wanted more horsepower, always, until Dad had a K and a little one to Pete. We built in the backyard when I was about 15. And I always wanted one. And I'm glad I didn't get to have one until I was later in life, because it probably would have broke me. But I always wanted more power until I built my first K. And then everything, the hills became flat.
That's amazing. And you know what? Even though you're not driving full time, you still have the passion for it. And love helping other guys see their same passion.
Yes, sir.
Which is really great. And you have such a great name in the industry.
Thank you.
And it was really great that you guys came up here. You had a nice booth. Everybody was checking it out. It was very interactive. And
we have a couple employees, and they loved it. They had a great time. My wife, she's
it's great meeting her.
She's without.
And you said she's very knowledgeable.
Oh yeah. She quit a real job. And to help me after my father and my mother passed away, and my dad took sick. And she learned it. She took it like a sponge, and she's excellent on the phone. So it allows me to work with my hands, and she can handle the customers. And then she's always hollering across the garage, hey, what's, she doesn't know. And
What's amazing having a partner like that who took on your passion and is helping you in the shop. That's great.
I'm very fortunate, very blessed. We have the customers we have, or have had, they're amazing. The Alamines from Chicago. The Gouges from Iowa.
Absolutely.
People. Morcheski from Pittsburgh, the Hendersons from Missouri. They're just amazing people. I try and give them what they want, and half the time they say, just do what you're doing. And
they trust you.
That's crazy. I have a hard time. It's their bill.
Right.
I want to make them happy. I'm kind of a people pleaser. But,
that's great. I mean, I've seen your builds. They're like perfection.
Thank you.
And you know what you're doing, and you grew up in the right way with the the right role models, mechanical.
I don't know if they're the right role models, but they had some bad
trucking ways, anyways.
Oh yeah, the whole little valley that I grew up in, there was a handful of guys, and they all run the coast, and they all had V8 Cats, extended hood A's, Aerodynes, double Eagles. Everybody had 2 transmissions.
Where are you?
I am in just outside Jersey Shore, PA, which is it's close to Williamsport, if you're familiar with the Little League World Series. 15-20 minutes from that, but we're right off Interstate 80, about 6 miles north.
Man, what a great area.
That's where I grew up and trucked out of for years. I always tried to truck west.
Across 80 all the time, snowshoe and 322 and 222 and all that stuff.
I used to love running Wisconsin and Chicago and even on west, but you'd always pass the guys you knew and meet up with them in different places. And it was great.
That's amazing.
It was great. I'm glad
Too bad we can't go back in time and get that on video.
I'm so glad I got to catch the tail end of the real deal.
Absolutely.
And those guys were characters. They were just.
You knew them by their trucks and their CB handles.
Oh yeah, the lights.
You pull into the Buckhorn and you sit down and have some coffee with them and just truck all night. And it was a camaraderie that sadly is going away. But you know, guys like you, and you know, you're keeping the spirit alive. And
I love it. It's my life. I don't know any different.
Right.
Trucks, working on trucks, playing with trucks, shining, and
that's what it's about. It's not about the money.
No, not at all.
Yeah, it's the passion.
It's about. It's what I love to do.
Yeah, and meeting people like yourself, which is why we come to truck shows like this.
Oh, 100%. I can care less if I ever get a trophy. It's about
it's not about trophies.
hanging out.
Yeah. Yep. It's not even about the trucks. I mean, the trucks are great. It's the people
and the stories.
Yes. 100%, like stories like yours.
We could go on and on.
Absolutely.
For days. It's great.
Absolutely. Well, hey, Jason, thank you so much for talking to me. Thank you for telling me you watch my videos. That makes it all worth it to me, because sometimes I'm like, nobody's really watching this. So
my father, he took sick. He has COPD. He got pneumonia real bad. He can't breathe, and he was my right hand man in the shop. We trucked together.
What's your dad's name?
Don Keeler.
Don Keeler. Yes, I know the name now. Yep.
But I'll come in from the shop and we'll sit down. We'll watch your videos. Detroit Wayne. The old two-stroker.
Sure.
There's a handful of them. We want.
That makes me feel really good, because that's good company right there.
But it keeps the mind
him
engaged, and then every once in a while we'll get him out to the shop and he checks out stuff. And so, you know.
What's your dad think about your business?
Oh, he loves it.
Great.
He's dying to be out there, but you know, age, everybody.
Sure, it's tough. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm sure he's really proud of you. We'll do it real quick. So Jason, you built this A-Model, correct?
Yes,
recently?
Sir.
How long did that take you?
About 2.5 years.
So what happens? They just drop it off and they say go at it?
Yeah, this one was dropped off as a glider kit and it had already been painted. There was some interior in it. We pretty much gutted the whole truck. The only thing left are the body panels and the interior.
Yeah.
And everything else is out of our shop. We handle all our own parts, all this things. Wow. We build our own engines.
Yeah. You did an amazing job, man. By the way, how do people reach you, by the way? Let's go where it's a little quieter.
We have a website and a store. We sell a lot of A-Model parts that we make and have vendors for it, supply us with them, but it's www.keelercustomrestoration.com.
All right. Well, hey, man, look at this truck. I mean, that's your work. That's your work. So you had it for 2.5 years and they picked it up at your shop. They came here and now they're going to take it home.
Yes, sir.
And love it.
We're going to drive it 1,200, 1,400
Amazing.
miles to Missouri. Yep.
Amazing.
That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. That. And you built that?
Yes, sir.
That just won Best Engine at the show.
Yes, sir.
Unbelievable. What are we looking at here?
That is a twin turbo variable time K19 Cummins. It's basically stock. It would be 750 horse. But there's a little more there.
Is it? Dude, that is unreal.
So it's got a set of Spicer transmissions behind it, 6 and a 4.
6 and 4, yeah.
So,
you know how to drive that?
That's all I've ever had.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Unreal. Those boxes, man.
We make them
crazy.
in-house.
You make that, huh?
In-house. The whole thing. If you have a fuel tank on your frame rail and you want to put a step there, we have it. Wow. Make it. And we'll make it to order. If you want changes, we'll make them to order. Dashes.
Unreal. Dude, look at that. That is something nice. That's special. With the color and man. But does she roll any coal?
Oh yeah.
She does, yeah. I just checked it. That's awesome, man. Awesome, Jason. Thank you again. Have a safe ride home.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Good to see you. Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
You too. Have a safe ride home.
Congratulations.
Appreciate that. Taking on some hardware.